Nizar.
I have a question regarding the water shortages in Syria emanating from the blocking of running of water from Euphrates River in Turkey. Also, we are seeing a pattern here where in Iraq, Al Qaeda used water to flood areas and villages and towns. In Aleppo, we see in the opposition groups, including Al Qaeda, of course, blocking water for 2.5 million people. And now we see Turkey, which is considered a friend of Syria, behaving like an enemy by cutting the water from Euphrates and depriving the Syrians in such a humanitarian crisis.
I
What
think
does the United Nations
I
have to
think
do? Say,
on the specific case of Turkey and the Euphrates, we've seen the reports. We're checking with our humanitarian partners, and we're looking into it uh, to see what impact it is having on the people of Syria. On the issue of water in general, I think we've repeatedly said whether it's having to do with the situation that occurred in Aleppo or in Baghdad, we've denounced the use of water and the intentional holding back of water. Yes, Edie, we've denounced it in those terms in Iraq and in Aleppo. Yes, Edie.
even reading through the report of the Secretary General says that whenever like places like Al-Nusra controls and other groups control, we see tens of thousands of inhabitants just leave the area, like what happened in Deir Zur, where 100,000 recently just left when the opposition controlled that. In other areas where the government controls, we see people are returning. Given that the recent events about the elections in foreign countries and millions of Syrians turning up showing support to the president and the government, is there any change in the position of the United Nations and specifically the SG with regard to the legitimacy of the government and of the president of Syria?
Secretary General's position is unchanged.